like during the nighttime. She sleeps a little later than everybody else.
She's always marched to her own drum.
Own drum. And talking about the sashries, the Tony Sashry seasoning, and I put in a call for Don, we call him Buzz, who is the president of Tony Sashry Seasoning. I called for him to get maybe some samples we could show. They've come out with some new products, sauces that's going to maybe replace some of the ketchup and mayonnaise. It's going to incorporate it all together, and it's going to be especially for different, but they really said you can use any of it on any of the Cajun sandwiches you're going to be making. And you can use it as a dip. It's so good. So if anybody with Tony Sashry's is listening, please contact me, and I'll be happy to show off this new product because it's a boost for the sales in Opelousas, Louisiana.
They've already in the last year released that new Tabasco sauce that's a buffalo wing sauce. If you've ever tried it, it's very, very good as well. Selling a bunch of them.
Well, they're very aggressive. I can't wait to see their new facility.
I'm saying Tabasco. Tony Sashry.
I
know.
I didn't say that.
I'm thinking about all the companies, but there's a big push right now for sauces here in South Louisiana for sure. For sure.
Spice and music, I understand that went off real good.
I think so too.
And we are known for the spices. We have Tony Sashry, we have Torgill, and of course food products, Cajun like that would be Savoy's sausage and condiments. Right there. Opelousas, between Opelousas and Port Barre.
All right.
On the old Port Barre Highway.
That's right.
Whatever that number is. But we're very fortunate. That was a person I wanted to speak about, and I missed it. They've held a little heritage festival over at the Catholic Church over in Krotz Springs, Louisiana. The congregation and the priest, Reverend Chan, this was a first annual, and they had as their special crowned person was Mr. Matt Sinnett. And I love this man. He's up into his 90s, and he has such a distinctive voice. You know how Monsignor
Maître Jean.
Well, Maître Jean and also Melançon. They have very distinctive. Well, he still reads during the gospel on Sundays at the Krotz Springs Church there, and. Mr. Matt, congratulations on being honored, and you're a wonderful person, and you've certainly encouraged a lot of us younger people to be there on time and dressed up properly.
You know, we've got the photos from Mr. Fountain you want to show?
Yeah, I wanted to show a couple of them that was mailed to us. Very professional. You can take rides, buggy rides in
These over in Natchez.
And this is thanks to Kelly, who is one of the Girl Fridays over at the Fountain Agency, Mr. Keith Fountain.
Showing some of the plantation
This is beautiful homes that you can visit and pass your good time. And this is the man, Keith Fountain.
Right.
Himself. And Keith, thanks so much for putting on this beautiful seminar. And I might add, Keith, that one of the speakers you had invited, Mr. Jim Donlin, who we showed his picture last week, there's an article in the Advocate and newspapers across the state that it's time to renew for a 5-year period the flood insurance program. So you had the right man as one of your speakers at your conference. Thanks for my invite, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
And these are some of his guys that work with him?
Two of his right-hand people. They gave talks. And these are his right-hand girls that help, you know, facilitate everything. Kelly is all the way on the right. Clara, not sure the young lady in the pinkish color, the young lady on the left is Clara's daughter. And they kept everything running smooth. And that's some of the attendees during meetings. And they had started 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Then after that, we had fun.
And that was the ball crawfish.
That was the ball crawfish. I had a few of those pictures, but thanks, Kelly, for thinking about the program. And the musicians were from the Alexandria area, and of course, Fountain Agency is in Pineville, which is a suburb of Alexandria. and another view of, and then you see the, what you call it?
The bluff.
The bluff. We own the bluff.
And one more photo.
And that's his former wife right there, and now girlfriend.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Welcome back to us there, Mark, and that's all our photos for this week's show. How about Slimco? If you're looking for power, if you're getting ready to build a house, you know, a lot of times people say, well, you know, I live in a certain area that only have a choice of a power company, and, you know, Slimco is the people that provide in my neighborhood. But don't forget, if you're building a house, bring your plans, bring your information to Slimco. They can work with you to help you make a more energy efficient house. They can help teach you how to make your bills cheaper, teach you how to get some government subsidy type things, tax type incentives, all involved with your electricity. Slimco, go to slimco.com for more information.
In our February 12th edition of the Elks magazine edition, a city worth celebrating, and this is San Antonio, Texas. And I've been there numerous times, and I hope to go there again real soon. I enjoy it every time. The Elks magazine did a beautiful article on the area of San Antonio, and then in the issue that we just received, and that'd be the June 2012 edition, the city is Austin, Texas, another very colorful edition, and inside of that is a history of the colonization of America and the independence that we were fighting for when against the British, and how the rattlesnake became a symbol of American unity. I had never heard or read that, but that continues on because one of the branches, the Navy, has put that snake emblem.
Don't tread on me.
Yes, as part of the largest, the oldest ship, but they've now incorporated on all the ships.
Well, excellent.
And it's a lot more to read about, but and I'm just really
history is important.
Important.
Tells you about where you were and where you're going.
And then, of course, it got celebration of Dad. We want to wish. Let's stop and wish all of the fathers out there, the daddies out there. Happy Father's Day. I know you'll be cooking your barbecue like we all have to do, but thank God we're here, and hopefully everybody has a family to celebrate the special event that's held annually together. And Abraham Lincoln said, "My father taught me to work. He did not teach me to love it." And Margaret Thatcher said, "I just owe almost everything to my own father. He brought me up to believe all the things that I do believe." And Margaret Truman Daniel, "It's only when you grow up, only then that you can measure his greatness and fully appreciate it."
He's not smart when you're a teenager, but he gets smarter the older you get.
That's one of the sayings in here. I thought I had it right in front of me, but anyhow.
That's not this weekend, but next weekend will be Father's Day.
Oh,
17th.
That's right, the 17th. I apologize.
That's all right. We want to let y'all know ahead of time that we got time to pick out a good present, right?
Yeah, that's right. You hear that, Kelly and Megan? Y'all remember Dad now.
While we're talking about history, I saw we had some history in England this week. The 60th anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II being...
I watched the ending of it, of the honoring of her last night. Her son, Charles was the speaker, and he introduced the Queen and my mommy. The way he says that. Right. I love to listen to him. At first I didn't, accent, yeah. But the accent is so different from our accent.
And she went through, you know, some tough times. You know, her daddy kind of got shoved into being the king when her uncle had abdicated. You know, he'd married a woman and had to leave. True. So they got kind of shoved into it, and all of a sudden she was kind of shoved into position. She had just married Prince Philip. You know, Prince Philip wasn't there last night. He's fighting with some health issues. Supposedly not major, but at 90 years old, everything you got to watch. So, but they've done an admirable job. You know?
When John and Normally and myself and maybe Andre were touring in England, we were passing in front of their mansion, and I was asked to go in and have tea with the Queen, and I said no, I'd have to leave my party behind.
Right.
She watches the Bobby Dupre show on her internet
You think
program.
so? I'm sure she gets the internet down,
And
I'm sure.
I had to turn it down. I kind of regretted it later.
I guess so.
I regretted it.
That tea would have
later.
probably been good.
Yeah, and with
Hot tea, not cold tea.
oh no,
not sweet
it's
tea.
hot tea. It wouldn't be like that tea we drank for lunch.
No, a different thing.
And
altogether.
I might add that London, if you haven't been, is definitely a beautiful city. It's one of the most expensive cities to tour, so bring some money, but the history is certainly there.
If you speak English, you got to go there one time, and that's one of the heart of English speakers right there in London.
Yeah, and everybody understands you. When you go to France, you go to Spain, you go to Mexico, it's different. Now you can go to Canada and you
get along.
Well, you got a little French settlements
Well,
up there, but they speak English.
Both over there.
That's correct. According to Judy Bastian, our friend over at the Daily World, you know, there's not many left here in Opelousas at the Opelousas branch of the Daily World, but Judy's still here, and the title of her article, which is Wednesday, June the 6th, today, Parish President, Consul must work together. And of course, our parish president, Bill Fontenot, vows to keep fighting. In other words, there was talk on the street, and I heard some talk, that he was considering to resign. Well, I hope that doesn't happen. The people elected him. I hope they can put their differences together. And if Jesse Bellard is an anchor to him, if they think he's got that much weight that they don't want him because he's not good for the parish, or maybe I'm not choosing the right words, but for whatever reason they don't want him there, well, hang him on Bill Fontenot. If he does a bad job, it's going to be the man that we elected to represent us. So let's work together at least for some time, and see what can be done. People want to move to this parish, but we need roads, we need good government, schools, that they can feel that are working together for the benefit of the community. And when I say community, I'm talking about the parish. We're just a little small dot on the earth, and we need to have roads is one of the main things. And if you build the roads, they're going to build the houses. And they want to move from south and all over, north, east, and west to St. Landry Parish. We've got some beautiful land that would be available. We've got good contractors that work for a little bit less than in a lot of the other bigger cities. Our taxes are less. Our friendship is great in this parish. We have a lot to offer, but we need a parish government working together. I'm not trying to take sides. That's for y'all to decide. But for the time being, please, let's give it 100%
And you say the focus needs to be roads. You said that. Roads are the key. Roads are the key.
That's the key. And right now, we're not getting enough done
on the roads.
But let's not forget the animal control is offering free rabies shots, and that's an annual event, and I'll bring you the dates, but starts on June 13th, 14th, 15th, 18th, and on till it covers the whole parish. And that's free rabies shots for your animals.
And that's all we got for today. We'll hit the prayer.
And we'll hit the prayer. And first of all, we always like to remind you and ask you to please attend the church of your choice. And we like to close it with a little thought prayer. Just God, be patient with me. Do not let me die before my life has borne fruit for you. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.